Mr. Petkie. I see a toaster back there. What did you eat for breakfast today?
Yeah, I had a Chobani Flip Greek yogurt. I'm really getting into it. They're pretty fantastic.
Oh, that's great. Speaking of meals, what was your go-to college meal?
I would say in the mess hall, it was one of those big open plans, so I'd always gravitate towards the pizza and the chicken tenders, and then the eggs for breakfast, but they were in a bag, so it was kind of nasty. But you know, what you gonna do? It's college food.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? What did you major in college? And why did you choose that major?
Yeah, so I majored in physics, and I actually chose it because of my high school physics teacher, and I really enjoyed the way he taught it, and it really helped me learn about the world. So I decided to major in it as well in college.
Oh, that's
and
great.
My dad was also a physics professor, so that helped as well.
That's good. What was the most memorable part of frat life in college?
I would say the most memorable part was our lock-in. So it would just be me and all the rest of the brothers, all phones away, and we just have a really good time. No outside people or anything like that. So it was really anything goes and a good time.
And I noticed that your hair is red. Why did you choose to dye your hair red?
It is, so I actually usually bleach it.
I actually want to hear this.
So it's usually bleached, but for Halloween, I was gonna dress up as Pennywise the clown.
There's a long story to this.
So I was Pennywise the clown, so his hair is red, so I went red.
Wow, that's great. And why did you decide to become a teacher?
Yeah, so part of it was actually my physics teacher in high school, but I also really enjoyed it because my dad gave me some facts about teaching that they actually make decent amount of money, they get summers off, and so I decided to give it a shot in college. I taught some classes, and I ended up loving it.
Wow. Besides teaching, do you have a hidden talent?
I actually do. I like to freestyle rap sometimes with my buddy because he is a music producer, so some weekends we just freestyle rap together.
Could you maybe show us?
I don't know about that. I'll have to come up with something in the future.
So we found out that you're a Gemini. How does that affect your personality?
Honestly, astrology, I'm not a big fan of it, so I would say it really doesn't. But some people say they can tell I'm a Gemini for some reason because I'm kind of crazy, I guess.
What was the best decision that you made in high school and your worst decision?
High school. Best decision was I went into a medical program, where I learned to be a registered nurse, but that was simultaneously the best and worst decision because we had to go to an assisted living home and work with the residents, and it was people that were end of life, so it was a lot of cleaning diapers, washing people in showers, so it was kind of disgusting, but it was a good life lesson on what I didn't want to go into.
Well, what's your favorite place that you visited?
Ooh, definitely Germany. Freshman year, I went to Germany for 4 months, traveled all over, went to Switzerland, Berlin, Amsterdam. You can travel anywhere in Europe for really cheap, so that was like the best place ever.
So looking around your classroom, I noticed that you're a physics teacher. When did you decide that you wanted to teach physics?
Yeah, again, that really goes back to my high school physics teacher. He was just really fun. He brought out all kinds of fun stuff, including stuff like this that zaps things. You know, we got a big Van der Graaf generator back there. He'd always be pulling stuff from behind his desk, so it just seemed like a fun thing to study.
What's been the most surprising thing about teaching?
The only part I don't like is the grading. Everything else is just, you know, I expected some days I might not want to come into work, but it honestly is not like that. I desire to go into work every single day, and I expected to like it, but not honestly as much as I do, so I'm so happy I chose it.
And what is your favorite classroom item?
Classroom item, let's see here. So probably my recent, let's say Hogwarts, I think. Hogwarts over here. We got a big Lego castle, but a close second is my new little action figure. This is Leatherface from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and his little chainsaw even makes noise. So I'm pretty into these guys. It's pretty fun.
Cute. So we heard that you actually have a VR headset in your classroom.
I didn't bring it in today, but I did have it last year, and the reason I have that is for if students finish early or if someone's having an off day, you can go in the back room, play some VR, get their minds off things, stuff like that. Or if students come in during lunch, I'd love them to use it because I use it sometimes at home, but it gets better use here.
What's your favorite horror movie? Obviously, you seem to really like horror movies.
Yeah, let's take a quick perusal here. So we got We got Alien over here. Okay, that's one of the good ones. We got a little chest burster. That's how they get the aliens out. We got Jason Voorhees from Friday the 13th. We got Michael Myers from Halloween. And my favorite is Freddy Krueger from Nightmare on Elm Street. I actually built these two dioramas and this one over here based on movie scenes, and that's how much I love it. I spent a few hours on each of those. I'll buy the action figures, and I've seen the first movie probably 30 to 50 times.
Wow. It seems like you've got a lot of Lego sets in here. Is there a Lego set in particular that you want next?
Yes, actually I've been looking at it, and I was thinking about doing a poll during class, because it's Lego Diagon Alley. So if you've seen the Harry Potter movies, it's the alley they go to buy all their wizard stuff. But the catch is that it's $450. So I'm kinda, budgeting. They're trying to budget. But I've wanted it for years, so we'll see.
I can tell looking around your classroom that you really like music. You've got a bunch of records here on the window. Who would you say your favorite musical artist is besides Billie Eilish?
Yeah, obviously, love her. Hopefully my future wife someday. But so I have 2 of her albums, and I'd say my favorite artist, even though I don't have one of his records up here, is JID. He's a rapper, and he works with J. Cole and them. So really looking forward to his new album releasing with Metro Boomin.
And back to a more sentimental question, how has teaching changed you?
How has it changed me? I think I've grown a lot in empathy, even though I've always been pretty empathetic. Just knowing how students have some stuff going on outside of the classroom and just really being empathetic and being there for them. So it's made me, I think, overall a better person, a better listener, and just overall a happier person.
How would you feel teaching yourself in high school?
It's interesting. I think my teaching style, I would say, is pretty aligned with most students. So I think I would do pretty well teaching myself in high school. But Mr. BH, I'm never gonna top him. So.
And what have you learned from your students?
Learned from my students, let's see. I would say the biggest thing I've learned from my students is how hard they can try on things that I see as menial or tasks that maybe seem kind of boring to me sometimes, and how inspired they can get, especially with projects that we do. We did an egg drop project, and just seeing how involved students can get in that, and like the roller coaster project, it just gives me a lot of hope for the future of America, and yeah, it's just awesome.
Who did you look up to when you were in high school?
Definitely my dad, who was, again, he's a doctor. He got his doctorate in physics. And also my cross-country coach, Mr. Amer. Shout out to him. And yeah, I'd say those are the 2 big ones. Also my English teacher, Miss Ostick. We stayed in contact, writing letters to each other a little bit after high school. So they were very influential.
And what is the best advice that you've ever received?
Best advice that I've ever received, honestly, is just freshman year in college, was taking my grades are important, taking it too seriously, just learning to be able to take one on the chin, take the L sometimes, it has to happen, and not put too much pressure on yourself for it, because we're all just trying to get through life together.
And finally, what are you going to have for lunch today?
Lunch, I think I'm probably going to have my Italian sub that I have in the fridge.
Perfect, thank you so much, Mr. Petkie.
Thanks for the interview.